Anna, good evening.
Hi. It's afternoon at mine,
It's
but
afternoon. Okay. So yeah, good afternoon, Anna. So
good
before
evening.
before we start, let me quickly introduce about myself. So I'm Prashant. I'll be your SAP FICO trainer. I have around 16 plus years of experience in SAP FI and other modules. My core competence is FICO and central finance, and I worked in different versions like ECC and S4HANA and couple of implementation projects. So, and apart from this, I have working knowledge in SD, and PP module. Okay, so before we go ahead, I just wanted to quickly know about your educational qualification and work experience, if any, and
Uh,
then why you want to learn SAP. So yeah,
should I start?
yes.
So I finished mechanical engineering last December, and I'm working currently in Lincoln Co, which is mobility company, and I'm taking care about SAP for sale and distribution module. And so far, I'm doing very little here, and my future goal is taking care more about the SAP, but maybe some different model because sale and distribution seems for me a little bit too boring, if I can say like that. So I am pretty fresh in this subject, and I'm still making the research, and I'm trying to find a way how to change a little bit direction, but still staying in SAP.
Okay. Yep. And are you comfortable like switching from SD to finance because you have a technical background, a mechanical? You're
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Definitely, I think you need to put some extra effort during the course. Okay. So if you are okay with that, yeah. Then let's quickly start our demo. So which version of SAP are currently you working with?
Well, GUI 7.70, something like this.
Okay, ECC 7.0.
Yeah.
Okay. So now in the market, the current trend is SAP S4HANA. You know about this, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So I don't have to introduce about SAP product. It is nothing but SAP is a company, systems, application, and products for data processing. And then there are several products from SAP. The famous two products are SAP ECC and S4HANA.
Mhm.
And these both are ERP products. So it is just enterprise resource planning for medium and large scale enterprises. Uh, and then for smaller companies, they also have another product called SAP Business One.
Okay.
Right, there is one more product, and we will not be discussing this. This is for very small companies. SAP doesn't want to leave any stone untouched. So they are like water; they wanted to touch every part wherever they are flowing. So yeah, that is what they have many products. And these are main ERP products. Apart from that, they bought several small companies like SAP. They bought Ariba, they bought Concur, they bought Fieldglass. So they name after different modules which are specialized. Like how this Facebook bought WhatsApp. Facebook already has a messenger application, but they bought another messenger application for WhatsApp with a very high valuation. Why is it so? It's because it is widely used and people love WhatsApp, right?
Sure.
So same way, SAP, there are around 64 plus modules in SAP,
So,
and the modules keep increasing and decreasing depending upon the business requirement. This is approximately 64 modules, and in that modules, some of the modules there might be some better software available in the market. For example, one such software is SRM. SRM is called Supplier Risk Management Module. Okay, so for supplier risk management earlier, we had SRM module, like how FICO, SD, and MM. The SRM is also one module. Now in the market, there is one super product which was doing extremely well than SAP in this particular area of supplier risk management. So you know what bigger companies do? They bought this Ariba company and they named it as SAP Ariba.
mhm.
Okay, there are several such products like Concur. Definitely, you might have heard the word Concur because in every organization you register your most of the employee travel expenses are done via Concur application. This application was also bought by SAP, and there are so many acquisitions made by large companies. I don't have to go in detail about all of it. Our focus will remain to this ECC 7.0 and S4HANA. Okay, so our course training will be with respect to SAP S4HANA.
Yeah.
And from functional standpoint of view, there are not major changes that you will face difficulty while learning. Okay, there is only some 5% to 10% of deviation. And how do you access SAP EC system?
So good, yeah.
Yeah, SAP graphical user interface, or you also call it as logon, SAP logon. And
Okay.
same thing in SAP S4HANA also, you have SAP GUI and you have logon. Additionally, what is offered here is you are given SAP theory. So theory is something where nowadays, I'll go back to the same example. If you want to access Instagram, I don't know whether you are a social user or not, but I'm just taking an example. Suppose if we want to log into Instagram account, do we type now? We'll go to Google Chrome browser www.instagram.com. Do we do that, or we just install an Instagram mobile application in our phone and just click on it and use it?
Yeah, obviously. Application.
Yeah, SAP GUI is something like your old way of accessing the SAP. Like you have to go to easy access, then go to accounting, then you go to financial accounting, then you go to different options. There is like a path, right? It is like a tree structure. Or else the other way of accessing is you can remember the transaction codes and you can directly enter them in the command field of SAP. Your top left corner, you are already a SAP user, so I don't have to go in detail. You have a top left corner, you have a command field where you can enter the different transaction codes of different screens in SAP. So those are the two old ways of accessing. Now, depending upon the role of the organization you're for example, being a SD consultant, what happens if you click on FI transaction code while working in day to day?
Sorry, can you repeat?
See, in day to day operations, right now you're working in SAP, right?
Yes.
So, being an SD consultant, the access for you to the system is given only for the SD transaction code. But
Yeah.
but when you click on FI transaction code, the system will say you are not authorized user.
Yes.
So, but you will be able to see all the options available in SAP. That is waste, right? It is a waste user interface when I don't have the access and when I am not supposed to use it. Why should it be visible on my screen? There are around some thousands of options in SAP. I am least bothered. I will be only using some 35, 40 or 50 or some 100. More than that, I won't be using all the remaining thousands of options, right?
Yeah.
Keeping this in mind, to reduce the complexity of using or interacting with SAP, what SAP has done is, depending upon the role of the organization in a particular department of an employee. So business end users are the ones who will be using the SAP day in and out. Now, whoever is using a store or a sales level, senior sales, junior sales, assistant sales. So, depending upon your level in the organization, respective transaction codes are only given access for you. And these are designed in the form of apps. Like how you have your mobile apps, you have apps. But like unlike your mobile apps, you can install it on an iOS platform or Android platform. Here we don't have this. We can access it using a web link from anywhere on any device from any place. All you need is you need access to that IP address. Okay, you can access this Fury apps using the web link. And now, earlier, if you want to access SAP, you definitely have to install this GUI.
Yeah.
Now that is not required with SAP S4HANA. You can either access using GUI or you can access with Fiori. So this Fiori apps needs to be developed. It is done by again a Fiori consultant. What is the requirement of your company? Accordingly, you can have the apps developed, and then the authorization roles also can be created accordingly. So keeping this access point of view aside, now I wanted to know what is the difference between this SAP ECC and S4HANA. Right now in the industry, there is a huge rage about S4HANA. That people are like talking, if they wanted to recruit someone, they are saying that we need S4HANA consultant. Do you have any experience in SAP S4HANA? That is what the question of industry is. And there is a huge demand for SAP despite market downfall. What is the reason behind it? Any idea?
I don't know.
Okay, so SAP ECC, it's
Yeah,
an
I think
automatic.
this is what I'm working, right? This is directly.
Yeah, no problem. That's why I'm just asking. See, the questions I ask is only to make you think.
Okay.
My intention is not to get answer from you. It's only that you will fall in the line of thought of what
Okay,
I'm
that's
asking.
better because now I already feel stressed. It's like, sorry question.
No, 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 no. Don't feel stressed.
I
Just
am not.
enjoy, have fun, have fun.
I will.
My class is full of informative. I'm here only to share you the information which you're not aware of.
Okay,
Okay? So
sure.
please focus in that direction. It doesn't mean that if I'm asking something, you have to answer back. No, not at all.
Okay.
Okay. Only I wanted you to think, your mind should start thinking in that direction. That is the only intention. Okay. So now coming to SAP ECC 7.0 and S1, I'll give a beautiful example. So now, you have you ever used the Amazon website? Amazon.
Yes.
So what happens when you search some product in Amazon website? So you search something, and then Amazon immediately will send people also bought along with this product, and they keep suggesting some additional products.
Yeah.
And depending upon your previous order history, also it will suggest some products. And depending upon your age, gender, and your interest, hobbies, or whatever your previous purchases, everything is analyzed by Amazon in the backend platform, and then accordingly they will display the products on the home screen, right? So that whenever you open Amazon, the whole intention is you need to quickly be clicking a product and buying that. That's the whole intention of Amazon. So some people will be interested in gardening, some people will be interested in cooking as a hobby. And see, obviously we buy, and some people for professional requirement, they will buy gadgets, electronic gadgets. Irrespective of age, gender, and group, every one of us will buy mobiles. And that's always there on the homepage of Amazon, right? Whatever is trending in the market, and every person has a habit of changing the gadgets every 1.5 year, 2 years, or 3 years. It depends on the person's interest. And by the age you move and the number of models you change will decrease. Okay, so now talking about this is something Amazon is purely designed on based on analytics. Right now, let us take another platform. So one of our friend, he or she started a small store nearby, and they opened a e-commerce platform, and they listed all the products that are available with them on the e-commerce platform. Can they do it the same way as Amazon did it, or they will just have to number the pages like 1 to 10 pages? All the products will be filled, and click next page, next page. Suppose your product that you are buying is of your interest is on eighth page. You have to move till eighth page, right, to search for the product. Hello.
Yes, yes. Listen.
So this is the old school, old way of designing any application. Nowadays, every application should be of analytical capability. Now let me come back to SAP. Suppose if you want to get the sales report of a particular sales organization in SD module, what do? You just enter some details and you execute the report, and the system will give data. That is what happens in SAP ECC. Now, suppose, for example, now you wanted real-time sales that are happening at a particular sales org or a distribution line or a division, wherever. You wanted the sales output to be seen in real-time basis without executing any button or transaction. So how S4HANA works is like in your mobile, this weather application, right?
Mhm.
Depending upon your location where you are situated across the globe, it will display around 12 hours of weather conditions. 6 a.m. to night 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. I think 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. I think 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 10 p.m. It will keep displaying 6 hours or some window, right? So it will fetch the data real time, irrespective of you going and entering anything, right?
Yeah.
In the backend, you are just giving the access for it, that widget or application to access your location, and it's doing the job. Same way here, a respective storekeeper or a sales manager or whoever, with respect to here, you will create a SAP Fiori app, and here you can just feed the app with basic requirement, and it will continually fetch the data from the real-time database. So this is the beauty of HANA. And now everyone wants to use this analytics to a greater picture. Now, SAP S4HANA, HANA stands for this highly analytical application. Now, in the today's age, who doesn't want to use, who doesn't want to play with data? Everyone of us, right? Whoever is doing the business, every organization wants to know better how they are doing the business, how their customers are interested, what are the products they are frequently buying. You want your system to perform some analytical operations, right?
Yep.
And that you won't get in ECC. That is why industry is like they're they're investing very heavily and they are moving all their enterprise resource applications to S4HANA. Everyone wants to achieve the operational what the Japanese way of doing the business. Like you wanted to operate it at 100% PLF, which will never happen. Right? So that 98%, 98.5 PLF or 97% PLF, which is nearly impossible, they wanted to crack that. They don't want any resources to be wasted and that they wanted to plan effectively with less load on the company and less resources. And when you want less resources to be used and effectively achieve a target, only technology is what takes will bridge that gap. So SAP S4HANA is one such application. Now that's fine. Okay, SAP has given a new application. So what? I'm a company, I'm good at, I am using some third party analytical software and I will move whenever I want it. I will take my analysis reports from there. I will not move to SAP S4HANA. I'm comfortable with ECC. ECC is a very good application comparatively. It's a very famous application, SAP ECC. It's a biggest hit in the market. We know that. I will not move as a company. But customers doesn't have that choice. SAP is going to stop its support from 2027 for ECC version. Will not
Oh,
release any updates. There will be no OSS notes. Right now, when you are working, there is something called as OSS note number. Do you know about OSS note number?
no.
Okay. So what happens is, suppose for example, in Poland, imagine tomorrow there is a new way of doing business, or there is a legal change, a legal law asking us to add something new in the system. SAP S4HANA is a ready-made software. You know that it is designed in such a way to handle the business in each and every country. The options are available in the system. All you need to do is just do some settings. It's like, for example, what does a car mechanic do when a car is when you bought a brand new car and you wanted to customize it according to your driving comfort and you wanted to add some perfume or you wanted to get the seat covers changed or you want some additional fittings on, you want some colors to be changed or added, and then you feel comfortable while driving a car. All this work is done by whom? Car mechanic. And in the car mechanic, you will have different fields again. The one who checks the engine, the one who checks the color, one who checks the. There are different departments. Similarly, if a company buys, they bought an SAP product, the SAP consultant will do the setup. Basically, he is like a car mechanic. The driver or owner will just drive the car, but whenever there is a trouble, you go to the car mechanic. Same way, you bought an SAP software. Who does the setup for it? SAP software doesn't know in your organization how many plants you have, how many sales orgs you have, how many manufacturing locations you have. It doesn't know anything, right? All the consultants will feed all the data in the beginning first. And then after, business end users can use this data. Now, imagine now, okay, business is running fine and you already bought an SAP software and everything is set up and you are using it from the last 5 years or 6 years or 10 years, let it be, and it's sailing smooth. Now, every year across the world, because SAP is used by most of the multinational companies, so across the world, there will be, you might be operating in some 80 to 90 countries. Imagine there will be some or the other legal announcement. For example, in Europe, Brexit. Brexit, what ripple Brexit created in SAP? You need to redesign your SAP system according to the Brexit law, right? I mean to say all the taxation, the way you do taxes, the way you do intercompany, cross-company transfers. So that are, see, Britain is there only. It did not move an inch. All that was changed is legality, right? The way they are doing business changed. And similar kind of ripple effects across the globe. There will be many changes saying that increase your tax rate, decrease your tax rate, change the system. We don't want this format. From now on, government is asking you to provide additional information. We need this information. That information needs to be stipulated in the report and all. So, and there will be so many legal announcements across the globe. Imagine all the companies, there are around 4 lakhs 40,000 customers for SAP across the world. 97% of the top 2000 companies, global top 2000 companies are using SAP. 91% of the global transactions in value, I mean to say transactions in value happens via SAP. It's almost equal to one of the biggest bank, you can say. The value of transactions, actually you cannot transact via SAP. All I am saying is the order values. So that it is that big application now. When you're doing business across the globe and you are specialized, for example, I'll take the case of PepsiCo. You are a PepsiCo food and beverages company, and now all of a sudden, there is Britain announced Brexit. Now our system should be capable enough to immediately adopt that legality, right? So I can't hire a consultant. Specifically, I don't have a department or wherever company I'm giving. I'm hiring some software company where they will provide me services. There will be a developer who will write code and everything, and they will set up the system. It is going to be very costly. And whatever law that is implemented, it is common for every one of them, irrespective of whatever business they are doing, the law will be applicable for everyone. So what SAP does is, at a product level, they themselves will develop a code for each version. For example, there are different versions of ECC. SAP ECC 4.0 is a famous one. There's an old one now, no one is using. Still, there are some companies who are using. And then SAP 6.0 is one of the famous ones. And then you have SAP ECC 7.0. Now you have different versions of ECC which are very famous. Whenever SAP is releasing support, Brexit, for example, you have Brexit. So what happened, Anna?
No, nothing, nothing. Just like
Yeah, we have Brexit legal change. What happens now? Your system has to be ready with all the changes, right? So, as a company, I'm PepsiCo, for example. I can't make all the legal changes, right? I can't hire consultants. My expertise is in food and beverages. Even though I have a third-party service company provider like IBM, Accenture, Capgemini, all these companies, I can't go to them every now and then and get it changed. It is going to be expensive. What SAP does is they themselves they will release the coding in the backend. They will code and package it and release it in the form of OSS number. Okay, so they will release a OSS support number, online SAP support. So they will release different OSS numbers according to different versions of. They will write different codes because all the codes will not match for every version, right? So they will release different codes depending upon whichever product you are using. Accordingly, you will download the respective OSS note number from SAP portal and you will just install that coding corrections. And your system is ready. You don't have to hire a consultant, then ask him to write a code and test it. That's all waste of time. All you need to do is just download the OSS note and that will be fit for your SAP system. This is going to be like cake, right? You don't have to bake the cake. You can just order the cake, slice it, and eat it.
okay.
It is so. This is a big thing now. All the companies are used to this SAP support, and all of a sudden you say, "I'm going to stop the support in 2027." People who are already using ECC systems will have a shiver in their spine. All their business will get affected. So what they are doing is they are in a hurry to migrate from SAP ECC to SAP S4HANA. And it happens all over in the next 4 years. People will be rushing to migrate from this version to this version. I think in the next 3 years. This is why there is a huge surge in the market and there is requirement for consultants in all the modules. Make sense? Any questions?
Makes sense. I mean, it's not super clear for me. I am very Need to get deeper into the subject, but my question is, what in your opinion is the most popular at the moment? As for HANA, right?
Yeah, S4HANA is the most popular, but the most widely used one is still ECC.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
obviously, whenever you recruit someone, you will always recruit with the latest thing so that whenever they migrate, you will be already ready to use it. Yeah,
Okay.
they just say, but it is at a functional point of view, not much changes.
Okay.
So you worked as a business end user. Now you are going for consultant. Hello.
Yes, yes, I'm here.
So till now you worked as a business end user in SD module, right? So
Yeah.
now you wanted to become a SAP consultant. You wanted,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
consultant in FICO.
Yeah. And what
Okay.
would be your recommendation to me? How to start? Like, should I try to do courses in a SAP company, like with certificate, or
See,
I don't know?
you can do the certification, but uh, I will recommend it's going to be very expensive on SAP
Yeah,
platform.
exactly. I saw the prices so far.
Yeah,
That's why I'm trying to put it
for
in
just getting the server connection, they will ask you $2,500 for 60 days. It's going to be very expensive. My recommendation is if you like my explanation, the way I'm doing the sessions with the and I'll be switching between this whiteboard and I'll go to the computer screen where I'll use the remote desktop version of the HANA application. So you know this is the same application that you see. Okay, so SAP logon, same application, GUI graphical user interface. The only catch is this is a HANA application. Now you
Okay.
might be wondering, I see it as same. I don't see any difference. This is same like ECC, right? So
Yeah,
actually I
exactly. The
changed the
same.
theme. Like in a mobile, how we can change the themes, right? In a similar way, I changed the theme. Actually, SAP S4HANA comes with this theme called Bellis. I'll just log off and log in. You will get to know the difference. So this is how SAP S4HANA system comes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is how it looks like, but people are more comfortable in using this old way still. Okay, because see, SAP wants to forcefully migrate everyone from this GUI to Fiori. That is why they are giving boring screens. If you see, there is no single color other than blue and white.
Yeah.
And yeah, but no one is using in the market. They're just changing it to, you have your SAP signature theme. Just apply it, go back and yeah, enjoy the same old screen. This is more colorful. A lot of colors, yellow, green, blue.
Okay.
So yeah. So this is a SAP system, S4HANA system. I'll show you, I'll log in and show you. So system and then go to the status. So here, this is a demo system. You can go to the product details, install product version. So this is SAP S4HANA on-premise 2022. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what we train in, and this is my explanation. So hope if you find my explanation well and good, and you can get the syllabus copy from upskilling team, and you can discuss all other formalities with them.
All right. Is there any kind of like an offer of your trainings? Like,
So you can talk to the upskilling team. I'm just your trainer. I'm only
okay.
meant for taking the training. So if you have any questions related to the subject matter, I'm your expertise. You can reach out to me.
Okay. I will
And
think of
related
it.
to all other things, I think the upskilling team will guide you. One of the
Okay.
person from them will reach to you.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
I will think
Hope you
about it.
enjoyed my session, Anna.
Thank
Hope
you so much for your time. I really
it is.
appreciate that.
Hope you had fun listening to my session.
Yeah, I did, but it's still a little bit complicated for me. But I hope this is the beginning of my adventure, and
So, yeah,
soon.
it's not so complicated. This is not a rocket science. All
Yeah,
this is
of
just a
course it's
simple
not.
software. You
No,
just
for you,
have to
of course
spend
it's
some time.
not.
No. It is simple. It is simple. I'll make it very simple for you. Since this is
Okay.
a demo, I was given only limited amount of time. I need to cover a lot of
Yeah, no,
information.
of course. Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand. I understand.
I know that. So I don't know how what your interests are, and accordingly I can pick examples. But in a limited point of time, yeah, I have given the best I can.
Yes,
Okay.
you did.
Yeah.
I think it was very interesting. Thank you again.
Yeah. Thanks, Anna.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.